Cool. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and open up whatever web browser I'm going to utilize. Alright, I'm going to log into MyKW. Now, if you log into MyKW and this pops up for you, alright, then you probably know that you're good to go, but I'm going to close out of this just so we can get over our MyKW homepage real quick. Alright, so from your MyKW homepage, to see if you currently happen to have the new Placester, new KW website to utilize. Alright, so I know some of you guys may have been on my classes before and you probably already know this information, so I apologize. Alright, but you'll want to hover over Technology in the black and go to KW Websites, that fourth one down on here. Alright, so we're going to hover over Technology and go to KW Websites, that fourth one down, and there will be a little bit of pausing, so in case you rewatch it and you want to watch it and do it along with us, I want to make sure you guys are able to catch up to everything. So I'm going to click on this. Alright, now once we do that, then introducing your new KW agent website. Alright, so if we scroll down a little bit on here. Alright, so scroll down a little bit, there should be an option that says, your new website is ready, go to my website. Alright, now if you happen to see that on here, that means you're good to go. Now if it says that yours is being created though, right, well then obviously that's being created. Alright, it might take a little bit of time for this to pop up, but this is how you can see if you currently have a new KW website to utilize or not. Alright, now if yours isn't available down here, there could be a couple different reasons. Alright, either A, you don't have a KW.com email that's activated. B, your MLS ID is not in the white pages, or and in this case, you aren't able to add that. Only someone in like leadership's able to add it. Alright, or more than likely C, your rollout hasn't happened quite yet. Alright, because these just started rolling out at the beginning of April. Alright, so maybe your rollout just hasn't occurred quite yet. So I'm going to click on the rollout schedule real quick just so we can take a look at when our website is going to launch for us. That way you can prep for everything. Alright, so I'm going to click on this. I'll open it up. And it automatically opens up a new tab. Alright, so once this opens up, then you can actually scroll down and kind of view all the different rollout groups on here to see where your MLS may land. Now what I may highly suggest if you're on a PC is doing the Control, so CTRL button and then F. Alright, or if you're over on a Mac, I would highly suggest doing Command and then F, or CMMD and then the F key. For those that just joined on, that might help. Alright, so that way you can kind of search for whatever your MLS might be instead of having to scroll up and down and kind of staring at it to see where it might pop up. Alright, so for instance, earlier today, someone contacted from Carolina. Alright, so if I'm looking for the Carolina MLS, I type inside Carolina down here, and I see that they're in Phase 6, or Group 6, and it's May 30th to June 4th, so we got it in about 2 weeks left. Alright. So that's one of the ways that I would highly suggest finding out when your MLS is going to launch. Alright, so if you're on a PC, do Control F. Alright, if you're over on a Mac, then in this case you'd want to do Command F. Alright, so that way you can go right through and find out when this is going to be active. Alright, now once again, if yours is active, I believe it took me away, perfect. Alright, if yours is active, then click on Go to My Website. Once you click on Go to My Website, it's going to launch your Placester website. So now we can actually take a look at the back end and show you how to create this new blog. And there's actually 4 blogs that are automatically created for you as well. So if you want to tweak them, you definitely can. If you want to leave them as is, that's cool too. Alright, completely up to you in this case. Alright, so if I click on that, unfortunately mine's not actually going to work on here properly. But I'm already logged in. Alright, I did that on purpose. Alright, so when I come over here, I'm automatically logged in over to my website. Alright, so this is the back end of our Placester website. Alright, so as you can see, more than likely yours should pop up. And it should have, here's your site on here. More than likely it'll probably have all of your listings on it too. Alright, but then there's going to be an option to view details. Alright, so I want to click on view details real quick. All right, so we'll click on View Details, and that's how we can get into the back end to actually go through and update our website and actually create these blogs. All right, now the cool part about this for all the blogs that you're going to create, everyone always likes to ask, how many blogs should we create, all right, in order to be found for a particular keyword? All right, well, in this case, there's no right or wrong answer. At the end of the day, I always kind of tell people, I mean, if you can blog 3 to 4 times a week, that's fantastic. If you can blog once a day, that's even better. If you can only blog once a week, that's still better than not blogging at all, is what I tell people. All right, so I mean, if it's possible to do it daily, yes, please do. All right, if you can only do it 3 times a week, that's way more than anyone's probably going to be doing. All right, and then if you can only do it once a week, that's still more than not doing it at all. All right, so as long as you're blogging, that's the big part. All right, so if I click on View Details on here, all right, then it's going to take us to the back end where we have our site settings, so we can actually set up the website. We have our pages up here, so we can update our pages. All right, but the one we're going to focus on today is the blog post. All right, so I'm going to click on blog post up here. I'm going to go and click on it because it'll make it a different color. All right, and then you can view all of your different posts that you currently have. All right, now to view where this will actually display on your website, and I'm just kind of utilizing the template side on here, the Madison theme. I'm going to take a look at my website real quick. All right, and here are the 4 kind of template blogs they already have on here for us. Now, if I go over to my website, all right, I believe I put blogs. Yep. So I've got blogs. I actually moved it underneath the About section. More than likely, it'll probably pop up right up here inside your menu bar. All right, but then if I scroll down, on the home page, we'll also happen to have our blog section on here. All right, and as you can see, they each happen to have images on there. They have a little bit of a snippet. It shows you when it was posted. All right, so you'll even see the blog on the home page if you're utilizing that Madison theme, which I think a good amount of people might be using. All right, so I'm going to leave this open just so we can take a look at it later on. All right, and then if you want to, you can also click on any of these different kind of template blogs just to get an idea as to what they wrote about or how they wrote on it. All right, so 5 tips for buying a home. I'm going to go and click the edit button on here just so we can take a look at it. All right, and what I may highly suggest is, right in the beginning as you're starting to add in more blogs, go ahead and leave these on here. All right, and then once you get up to 3 or 4 blogs, then go ahead and remove them. All right, because you don't want to have the exact same content that someone else has on their website. All right, that's not good for how you're going to be found. All right, so these are just kind of placeholders, basically. All right, so I'm going to click on the Edit option on here. All right, and as you can see, 5 tips for buying a home. Here's what the slug URL will look like. All right, right down here, we happen to have all of our content that's going to be on there. All right, looks like there's not an excerpt on here right now. They do have a featured image, though. All right, so if I come back up here, as you can see, here's that featured image. All right, so we definitely want to make sure we have one of those. All right, and then down here, it looks like they didn't put anything in for SEO quite yet. All right, and that's perfectly fine because we're actually going to kind of get rid of this later on. All right, so we'll show you how easy it is to remove it too. All right, so I'm going to go back to where I was before. I'll just click the save option. That's fine. All right, so that's kind of what the back end of the blog is going to look like. Now, in order to create this blog post, let's go and click the plus sign up here. All right next to where it says post. All right, so we're going to click that plus sign right next to where it says post. All right, and then it's going to give us basically a blank canvas where we can actually create this blog. All right, let me do something real quick. Let me open this up so you can get ideas of what this would look like. All right, so then if I come back over here, here's when it was posted. All right, here's the slug URL. If you scroll down, there's the featured image. All right, here's our blog right over here. Here's how they can get in touch with us. All right, so I just want to give you an idea as to what this will actually look like. Now, one thing to note as well, you may have noticed this before, and you'll notice this whenever we actually go back to actually add inside some information for our blog. Before it said, all right, your slug URL is going to come after your actual URL. All right, and I happen to have I think it says myrealestateplatform.com. Yours will be .kw.com. All right, now with that being said, I also moved over a custom domain on here. All right, we're going to do a class 2 weeks from today, actually, well, 2 weeks from yesterday, actually, on how to add over a custom domain to your website. The biggest thing that I can suggest as well is to get your own custom domain. Right, because as you can see, scottleroy.com / and then here's the actual, slug URL for our particular blog. All right, having that custom domain is going to help out immensely. All right, and obviously you're utilizing this blog on here to kind of boost your SEO, how you're found in Google, Bing, Yahoo, MSN, any of the different search engines. All right, although a custom domain doesn't do as much for SEO as it used to, all right, still having this on here is very crucial in my opinion because A, you want to stand out. Alright, so you definitely want to have your own custom domain on here so you can move it around if you ever do want to get a different website. And B, this is just going to drive back SEO to this domain name. Alright, so let's make sure we utilize that on here. Alright, so if you do have the option of having your own custom domain, I would highly suggest utilizing this. Alright, and if you do need help moving that over and you're a part of one of the market centers we work with, just let us know. Alright, we can actually move this over for you too. Alright, so back to where we were before. I apologize about that rant. Alright, so back to where we were before on here. Alright, the first thing we can do is actually add inside our title. Alright, so on here, whatever title you want to add inside, completely up to you. Alright, what I would highly suggest is adding inside the keyword that you wish to populate for. Whenever someone's searching on Google, Bing, Yahoo, MSN, the search engines, in the title if possible. Alright, obviously you don't want to go too crazy on your title on here. Alright, you don't want to make it too, lengthy. Alright, but in this case, I would highly suggest, maybe keeping it within about 60 characters if possible. Alright, but in here, what I'm going to do is add inside, I'm just going to put test blog. Scott Leroy Marketing. Alright, just so we see what it looks like. Now when we add inside that title, it'll automatically create our slug URL. Alright, you want to have these dashes between each of the different kind of words on there. Alright, so you do want to have that on for SEO. Alright, so that's already completed on here. So we've got our title, we have the slug URL over here, now we're good to go. Alright, now the content is completely up to you as how you want to format this. Obviously, if you can put your own keyword that you're looking for over inside kind of the header text. Alright, so say if I want to put this title again, so I just want to copy this, add it back in. Alright, well then if you want to change it, there is a formatting option up here. They don't give you too many options, alright, but there is a formatting option. Alright, so if I click on formatting, alright, we have normal text, we have quote, header 3, and header 4. So I'm going to do header 4 real quick. Alright, so maybe I want to stand out just a little bit, just because this is going to be my title on here. There we go. Awesome, it's already back to paragraph. Alright, you're welcome to add inside whatever you want to in this case. Alright, now typically I usually suggest maybe 300, 400 words, bare minimum. Alright, and then adding inside an image on there too. Alright, now in 2016 though, the lengthier the blog, the better is what it looks like. Alright, so if you're able to combine a couple different blogs on there to make one kind of more massive blog, if you can go 600 plus words, that'd be fantastic. Alright, but you can add inside whatever you want to on here. Now, where are you going to get all your content from? Well, that's completely up to you. Maybe you want to blog about the area. Alright, maybe you want to blog about, mortgage rates, about a home that you just sold, which is fantastic to do. Alright, each time you sell a home or list a home, create a blog about it. Alright, maybe you have a new customer testimonial you want to add on here too, and you don't want to put it in the testimonial section. Alright, completely up to you in this case. Alright, now in addition to that, whatever you're going to add, you can also actually go inside and update some of the HTML. Alright, you can bold, you can italicize, you can underline it too. You can add in lists. Alright, if you want to do dots, if you want to do numbers. You can hyperlink certain items, that way it goes back to a particular page. Alright, so maybe if you want to link between another blog inside here, so maybe you have 5 blogs created, alright, and you happen to have a keyword in there that you want to link back over to a different blog. Alright, you have that option. And then these last two over here I do want to talk about. You can upload an image, all right, or you can actually insert a video. All right, so obviously today's class is really about how to get this blog created on here, not about kind of the best practices of getting blogs created or anything of that sort, but we want to show you how you can actually set this up. Now, how you're going to do the blog is completely up to you in this case. All right, but if I want to add inside an image, I can just click on Upload Image. All right, you can actually drag and drop the image anywhere that might be on your desktop over here. All right, or you can actually click the Choose File option as well. All right, so that way you can upload it directly from your desktop, your laptop, whatever it may be. All right, so I'm going to click the Choose File option on here. And once we do that, then it's going to pull up right where we can actually find this from our desktop or our laptop, whatever it may be. Alright, so let's say, for instance, I just want to utilize this KW logo I have saved. Alright, so once I click on it and click the Open button, then I'll add it right inside. Alright, once I click on that, then as you can see, there are dots around here, so we can drag it out to make it bigger, we can drag it in to make it smaller. And click on the Edit option if you want to add inside a title, which I may suggest putting inside maybe your particular keyword you're looking to rank for. Or you can make this hyperlinked if you want to add inside a link on here too. Now, anytime you ever add inside a hyperlink, if it gives you the option to open in a new tab or a new window, click on it. You never want to direct them away from your website or away from your blog posts to another website and not give them an option to get back to your site without clicking the back button. Alright, so in this case, if I can open it up in a new tab or a new window, I want to select that every time. Alright, because then whenever they X out of that, they still have our website available. And then you can even add inside a different position on here if you want to make it left, center, or right. Alright, so you can kind of change the alignment on here. Alright, so I'm just going to put right up here. Test blog Scott Leroy Marketing. Alright, just to add something inside. Alright, so wherever you want to add inside any type of information on here, any type of images, you're definitely more than welcome to. And of course, if I then want to come through here, type in whatever you'd like to. Test blog. Alright, it's that simple just to go through and start typing out. Alright, now the other item, I was about to say icon and then I said item. The other icon, item, whatever you want to consider it, that we have is also where you can insert a video. Alright, now it gives you a couple different options. I played around with it before. Very similar to kind of how WordPress is, because this is based on a WordPress platform. Alright, so over here, right where you click on Insert Video, alright, you can either put inside an embed code, alright, or YouTube/Vimeo link. Alright, so if you use YouTube or Vimeo and you happen to have your video already up on the site, alright, then you can just copy that link and it'll automatically populate it for you. Alright, or if you happen to have a video and it's on a different website, you just want to embed it, then you can get that embed code too. Alright, so I'm going to go through. I'm going to go back over to YouTube real quick. Go to our YouTube channel. Alright, now say this video on here, this little Welcome to Scott Leroy Marketing YouTube channel. I'm going to click on it so I can view it. Let's pause it real quick so we don't get the headache watching that. I don't think it'll look very good if you're watching it on a webinar streaming over. Alright, so in this case, let's say I just want to, share this over. There are two options, obviously. One, as we saw right up here, just go ahead and copy this. Alright, so I'm going to copy that at the very top. So I've got our URL on here. Alright, and then all I have to do once I happen to have the video's URL is come back over and paste it inside. Alright. Now I did Control-C and Control-V. Obviously, you're more than welcome to right-click copy whatever you'd like to do, right-click, paste. Alright, I like the shortcuts. Alright, but then if I click the insert option on here, alright, as you can see now, it inserted that right over for me. Let's scroll over, we can take a look at it. Oh, sorry, I did not mean to do that. Let's go back real quick. Please tell me I didn't lose it all. Oh, I did. Rats! I clicked the wrong button on there. I was one button away. That's fine. I'll add this back inside. All I wanted to do was click on this for HTML. Alright, so now you can actually see what the HTML will look like. So in case you ever need to update anything, you're definitely more than welcome to on here. Alright, completely up to you in this case. Alright, and of course I'm going to click this to get out of the HTML. I just wanted to show you what that looks like, and I screwed everything up, so I apologize. Alright, now the other thing is you saw what the embed code kind of looked like on there too, so I'm going to delete this on here. There we go. Obviously backspace did not work, delete did, FYI. Alright, if you do need to get the embed code as well, I'm going to come back over. I'm going to click on the share option on here, and then there is an embed code for YouTube as well. Now, obviously, if you're over on, whatever else website it may be, if there's an embed option on there, that's perfectly fine. Alright, but I'm going to copy this embed code, and then you could add that in too, as we were talking about before, because as you can see, there's a video embed code that you can paste inside too. Alright, so completely up to you in this case as to what you want to add inside. Alright, now most people obviously will probably utilize, in this case, YouTube. I know some people use Vimeo. I think the majority will use YouTube more than likely, so just that URL will be perfect. Alright, so say for instance you happen to have a blog that you're writing about a new property. Alright, maybe you happen to have a virtual tour that you put on your YouTube channel. Alright, well then you can add that right over here. Alright, now the content once again is completely up to you. Bare minimum 300 words at the least. Alright, typically what they say is whatever keyword you're trying to rank for in Google, you can add in 1% of the time is what I usually suggest. Alright, so if it is 300 words, then you could add that keyword in 3 times. Alright, obviously the longer the blog now, kind of the better for it. Alright, so if you can do 600 plus, that'd be fantastic. Alright, and I'd highly suggest utilizing the different formatting options to make sure you have inside your header on there. And then also, make sure you bold certain items so they stand out. Or utilize over here the list or the bullet list. Alright, sorry, bullet or a number. Alright, make sure your blog is easy to be read. Alright, you don't want someone coming over here and just seeing a bunch of content. Basically just one run-on paragraph. Alright, don't do that. Make sure you space everything out. Alright, now we did talk about this. There is an option for an excerpt. Alright, and then a featured image. Alright, so in this case, your excerpt, as you can see, the excerpt is typically a shortened version of the post and will appear anytime a visitor is previewing the post before clicking through. Alright, so on here, I'm just going to put outside, this is what an excerpt will look like once the blog is posted. You can change this at any time you would like. We'll do that. Alright, now as I talked about before, we do want to add inside a featured image on here. A couple things to note. One, make sure you add inside images that either you've taken or you own the rights to. Alright, so make sure you're utilizing images that you currently own. Alright, the last thing I want is for you to get, whether it's a cease and desist letter on here for an image, alright, or to get a bill that says, hey, you're using this without our permission. Here's how much you owe in order to utilize this. Alright, I've seen that before too. Alright, now there are different websites where you can purchase images if you want to, like Getty Images. I know a lot of people will go there. That's kind of the big one that I know of. I'm drawing a blank on the other big one, I apologize. So, but if you are looking for a free one, they don't have too many images on here, but I'm going to send that over as a little kind of text that you guys can look at over inside our chat option. Wikimedia Commons is a good place to go as well for free images. Alright, or you can also just Google search free images if you need to. Or royalty-free images as well. See what other websites that might pop up. Just make sure that they are royalty free. Alright, so since this is just going to be a test, I'm obviously going to delete this in a second. I'm just going to go ahead and utilize this logo over here. Actually, you know what? Just to make sure, I'm going to go through here. Let's go over to our website. Where's that giant? Here's the giant logo. I'll use this one. I had this one created. Alright, so I'm going to save that real quick, add it inside. Alright, our cover photo. I don't even know if we still use that or not. It's a good question. I should look into that. Alright, so now we have that created. Now we're good to go. And obviously over here inside the excerpt, let's make sure that we add inside what this blog post is going to be about. Alright, because the last thing you want to do is add inside some type of excerpt and it not be anything as to what they're going to click on. Alright, because then they're just going to go away. Alright, so we don't want that to happen. Alright, well that being said, then we finally have down here our meta title and meta description. Alright, so for the meta title, obviously, it needs to be a little under 60 characters. If you can do 50 to 60 characters, that'd be fantastic. Alright, search engines display meta information and snippets on their results page to help consumers understand what's on your page. Alright, so as you can see, try to limit your description to 150 characters. Alright, your title to 55 characters. Alright, so about 60 is usually the top end, and 160 is the top end for description too. Alright, so for this one, I'm just going to put inside test blog Scott Leroy Marketing. Alright, and then for the meta description, you will want to add inside, if possible, maybe put inside your keyword on there, and then once again give an idea as to what they'll be looking at. So if you ever go over to Google and you wonder whenever you type in, you know, Real Estate Orlando, for instance, and you see all those options that pop up. In fact, let's do that real quick. This will just automatically take me over. Alright, so let's get past the ads. Alright, so right over here, for instance, alright, here's where we're going to get kind of the title. Alright, here's the URL, and then right below here, we're also going to happen to have kind of our little text that we're adding in right now. Alright, so here's our description. And obviously, Realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia, Craigslist. Alright, but now you kind of get an idea as to what you're looking at and how it works over inside the blog too. Alright, so here's that title, and the description will be right below. Alright, so in this one I'm going to put, this is a test blog from a class by Scott Leroy of Scott Leroy Marketing on how to blog on your new KW Placester website. Alright, the only thing I wish they had on here was a character counter. Alright, now let's say you've gone through and you're ready to utilize this. Alright, so you've gotten everything set up. Now you're ready to post it. You want it to be live. Alright, so with that being said on here, I'm going to go ahead and click the save option down here. Alright, because these are the three main items we can work with. Alright, so we've got our content. Alright, down here we happen to have all of our options. And then further below we happen to have our SEO. Alright, so I'm going to click the save option just so we can get an idea as to what this will look like on here. So I'm going to click on save. Alright, there we go. So now as you can see we have 5 different posts. Our most recent one being the test blog, Scott Leroy Marketing. Alright, so I'm going to go back over to my main website now. I'm going to refresh this page real quick. And once we do that, as you can see here, it pops up, Scott Leroy Marketing, test blog, Scott Leroy Marketing. Alright, here's our excerpt we added inside. Alright, here's when it was posted, and then if we click on read more, alright, that'll take us right over. And there you go. Alright, so it's that simple to add inside a blog on here. And if I even go under the blog page, alright, where it's going to display all of our different blogs we currently have on here, and then you can take a look at everything. Alright, so it's that easy to add inside a blog. Alright, so blogging shouldn't be too hard for you. I want to make sure you guys know that it's not hard to go through here and just kind of write whatever you want to. Make sure you're not just copying and pasting content on here. Alright, Google is the main search engine, so we kind of have to play in their sandbox. And in this case, they typically don't like, content that's been copied from somewhere else. All right, so I would not suggest copying content from your website and just adding it over here. Make sure it's unique content. All right, add inside hyperlinks that go back over to other sites or over to other blog posts. All right, whatever it may be. But that's how simple it is to add inside a blog. All right, so that's the good part about it. Now, once again, if you can blog anywhere from 1 to 7 times a week, that'd be fantastic. If you can blog once a day, that's phenomenal. If you can blog 3 times a week, that's fantastic too. If you can only blog, 1 time per week, that's great. All right, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many times you're blogging on there. Just make sure that you're doing it. All right, obviously, the more the better. All right, as long as it's good content. All right, now the other big thing about this is you do also want to share it. All right, so once you have the blog created, so I'm going to go back to my website real quick. Shouldn't have deleted out of that. All right, you do want to share it on different social media sites. So I'd highly suggest doing that. Say you happen to have a Facebook page or a Twitter account, LinkedIn, even a Pinterest if you want to, Instagram, whatever it may be, and Google+. All right, so if I scroll down real quick, just go ahead and click on the blog that you posted, all right, the one that you just recently created. All right, and then once again, here's your URL that you can utilize. All right, so copy this, share it out. If you have all of your different social media channels over on Hootsuite that we've talked about in previous classes before. All right, if you're just going to add them in manually one at a time, make sure you utilize this link so it'll drive people back to the website. All right, so that's another big thing. You want to make sure you're utilizing all those social channels because that'll help out with SEO as well. All right, but that's how simple it is to add a blog over on this website. All right, so don't turn it into crazy of a task or anything of that sort. I want to make sure you guys utilize this to the best of your ability. And I want to make sure that obviously you're getting out to the masses. All right, these sites are going to be very SEO friendly. All right, so there's going to be a good chance that you might be able to be found over inside Google, Bing, Yahoo, MSN, whatever search engine you might be using. All right, in comparison to the old sites. All right, and this will help out immensely. All right. Now this class I knew wasn't going to be 1 hour based on what we were talking about. All right, so at the end of each class, I always like to end with this. All right, these are all the different support numbers that you might need and all the different websites for all of our trainings. All right, so if you ever need to get in touch with KW support, eEdge support or market leader, .loop support or even Placester support, here's all their phone numbers. All right, there's our email address for our support department. We try to answer everything within about 1 to 5 minutes. That's our ultimate goal. All right, and then we have slmwebinar.com for our 3-hour Tuesday webinar on the MyKW platform. slmtraining.com for our advanced training classes similar to this one. All right, and then slmtips.com for all of our weekly tips that we create on the system too. All right, now I'm going to leave this up a little bit longer if you guys take a look at this. Once again, this class will be available a little bit later today on slmtraining.com if you need a refresher whenever you're creating the blog. All right, if you guys don't happen to have your account quite yet, don't worry, maybe you want to come back and rewatch this later on. You're definitely more than welcome to. All right, but I'll leave this up right now so you guys can jot everything down. I'd highly suggest jotting down at least the top 4 numbers up there because they're going to help you out immensely. All right, but thank you for coming today. Hopefully that showed you how simple it is to create this blog over on your new website. And I look forward to seeing you guys at the next class. All right, well, have a fantastic day and enjoy your weekend.